Hey everybody, thanks for joining. This is Amber Shantae. Welcome to my channel. So, as you can see in the name of the story, I'm going to give you 10 gems from Glo Graphics. If you don't know who Glo is, time to get into it. She is a traveler, a blogger, an amazing Black woman, and today she blessed a group of us with just some wisdom and business snacks that, you get from being in the trade. I'm just super grateful and honored to have been a part of this. And now I want to keep passing it on. I want to be able to share all of the beautiful things that she gave us with you. So here are 10 gems from Glo. The first thing I want to share with you is a literal quote from her. You need to set goals that are uncomfortable. Now, I know for me, I'm all about comfortable goals. Listen, I don't want to be pushed too hard. But if it's not something that scares you, you're not reaching hard enough. I feel like I really needed to hear that because I know I can sell myself short. And not only do you need to set these goals, you need to write them down so that you have some sort of accountability to come back to. The second gem from Glo, feed your spirit. Now, I know that might sound super cliche, but she gave some very specific tips on how to feed your spirit. You can read books, you can listen to podcasts, you can write daily motivating posts, but you need to constantly be learning because, face it, we don't know it all. And it is a wealth of information out there, so why aren't we taking advantage of it? One person that she highly recommended is Brendan Burchard, so I'm definitely going to get on it, start listening to his podcast, because I know I got a lot to learn. Okay, this third one is going to be really difficult for me, but if I share it, I have an accountability partner. The third thing is to turn off your Instagram notifications. What? Like, I know I love when my phone rings. I feel important, I feel popular, but all of that is noise, right? And in order for us to stay focused, and also Instagram can be a rabbit hole. How many times have you opened a message and you turned out to be on Instagram for an hour? I'm guilty. So turn off your notifications, set time for Instagram if that's what you want to do, but also stay focused in the other things that you have set your time to because Instagram will always be there. Tip number 4, stay organized. Now I know what you're like, oh, okay, I'm organized. I have Google Calendar. I'm organized. I have a planner. But do you have somewhere where you can consistently look back on the things that you've done, the things that you are currently doing, and the things that you've completed all in the same window? If not, she shared an awesome software called Asana. I know I'm going to get into it because I can always be more organized. Tip number 5 is to learn from failure. I've been hearing that all of my life, and so have you. But sometimes we need to constantly get that reminder to know that failure doesn't mean that it's over, and it doesn't mean that we failed. A literal quote that I'm going to read you from Glo, she said, "I found one way that doesn't work. How can I pivot that?" It's all about rebranding. It's all about keeping it pushing. I feel like all of the success stories that I hear, nobody just drops into success. It's about the people that failed and kept trying because they knew success was on the other side of that next failure, or maybe that next failure. But if you give up after that first no, you'll never get a yes. Tip number 6 is cut out the noise. And not noises in Instagram, because if you were listening, your notifications should already be off. We're talking about noise in the sense of positive talk. I know I can be one that gets down on myself. I can let anxiety and worry just fill all of the spaces in my mind and forget all of the positive things that I've done. Write down your wins. Have your mantras that you say every day. In order to believe it, it has to be practice. You need to practice positive self-talk in order to get to a place where those negative thoughts aren't taking up space. Number 7 is one that I am super excited to share because it just changed my outlook. Number 7 is speak your dreams into the present. What do I mean by that? So I could say, I want to be a successful travel blogger. That's not speaking it into the present. You have to say, I am a successful travel blogger. I have multiple streams of income. I live worry-free. We have to speak into the present the things that we want, so when they happen, we've already practiced it. Tip number 8, invest in yourself. You have to be willing to pour into you if you are going to be doing some sort of service that pours out. What can that look like? Of course, investing in yourself can be monetary. You can buy a nice camera. You can buy really nice editing software. But a lot of investments can be free. YouTube University, sweetheart. All of that wealth of information is out there online. Again, those books, that podcast, it is about what you are willing to put the time into. But all of these things are an investment for you to be more successful. So tip number 9 is one that I know I struggle with, but again, saying things out loud is how we are going to build accountability. Tip number 9 is consistency is key. Consistency. Make sure you're following up with people. If you said you're going to email somebody in a day, you should be emailing them in a day. How often are you engaging with your audience? Do you fall off for a month? Are you constantly giving people content that they can engage with? Consistency, whether that's a blog post. Are you posting blogs sporadically? Are you making sure that you throw up one weekly, maybe at the same time so people know what to expect? This is one that I know I personally need to work on. My content is not as consistent as it should be, but I'm speaking it into existence. I will be more consistent. You see what I did there? We've made it to tip number 10. Number 10 is one that I'm really, really excited to share. It is to be true to you. What does that look like? It doesn't matter what other brands are doing that might be similar to yours. It doesn't matter that this might be the model of YouTube videos. What feels good for you? What is the content that you want to produce? What do you want to put up? If you're true to you, everything else will follow. But if you sell yourself out in the process, you won't know who or what you're doing it for. I want to close out with another great quote that Glo shared with us. It was just a beautiful experience. She said, "No one can shame me for my truth without my permission." Take that in. No one can shame me for my truth without my permission. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you find some motivation and something that you've gained out of these 10 tips. I feel ready to re-engage with my audience. I feel ready to put out some really meaningful content for you all. So if you aren't already, you should be following Glo. She gives out wisdom like this every Sunday on her IGTV. She's also right now doing group coaching classes. Get into it. Stay connected with me at blackgirlbigworld.com or blackgirl.bigworld on Instagram. Thank you so much for tuning in.